Howdy, howdy, and welcome to My Bloody Judy with your final faguettes, myself, Zachary Patton Garcia.
And Ian Carlos Crawford.
Guys, we're here. We're on the new channel right now. We should be. We're opening up season 2. We're on a new podcasting platform. We are just like brand fucking new, y'all.
We've left that Ian Carlos Crawford behind.
Left it behind. You know what? Fuck Ian Carlos Crawford. We're going to be doing a weekly thing here. We're going to be going into it weekly. We're going to be having brand new YouTube videos. I'm super excited about like horror news. We're going to be covering horror news, everything going on in the horror community.
I think horror nudes.
Horror nudes too. Anytime Michael Myers drops an OnlyFans post, we are going to be right there covering that. Okay, we're going to be subscribing to Michael Myers OnlyFans, so you don't have to. You know, it's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time over here on My Bloody Judy. As you're watching this, it should be February 18th. Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix is dropping today. It should already be out, and tomorrow we're gonna be having our own like watch along. We're gonna start doing like monthly watch alongs for different movies.
Zach has been like, I feel like since Zach and I became friends 1,000 years ago, he's been like, you should do more video content for Slayer vs. 98. And every month I'm like, this is enough. I promise I'm gonna do more video, and then I never fucking do. So I need someone like Zach who's like good at this shit.
Never doing them.
All right, we're doing it.
Yeah. So now My Bloody Judy, we're gonna do stuff over here. Yeah, our first ever watch along. You guys are gonna watch it with us. So we're gonna do it the day after Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes out, and we want you guys to watch it first. If you don't want us talking through it, because but
if you don't mind us talking,
a couple of faguettes, just gabbing about Leatherface and his kinky leather fetish. For anybody who is new to the channel, to the podcast, to anything, hi, we welcome you. We are two homosexual men who love horror movies. That's a big breakthrough there, right?
I welcome you with a big hug. Zach welcomes you with a
handshake, a nice hearty handshake, okay? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. COVID was the best thing to ever happen to my world because I don't have to touch nobody. I can put a mask on. I don't have to look nobody.
Zach and I have argued about how we will say hello the first time we meet.
We've never met, yes.
I could hug you goodbye. I was like, you're not going to hug me hello? Are you kidding me? Two straight men at a meeting?
Yeah, I am Zach. This is Ian. We've never met in person. We've known each other since 2019, end of 2019. We started this podcast in October 2020.
Wait. Didn't I have you on Slayer Fest earlier than end of 2019? I think it was
2019. It was like August 2019.
Okay,
it's like earlier, but whatever.
We were like vague social friends before that.
Ian, you have a podcast about Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I met you. He had me on his podcast about Buffy the Vampire
Slayer. And Zachary has a YouTube channel about his life.
Yes, we'll do some intros. I'm from Texas, and I guess my love of horror came at a really early age. My parents never had real rules on like what I could and couldn't watch, right? So like every now and then they decide that I couldn't watch something, but most times I could just watch whatever I wanted. And so I started watching horror movies so early. I think my parents even took me to see Scream when I was 2. I don't remember that one, but yeah, they took me to see Scream when I was 2. And so in my memory, all of the like horror classics like Jason, Michael, Ghostface, Chucky, all of those are like in my earliest horror memories. I don't know which ones I saw first. I just know that collectively they were all just there. And that was also something that my dad really would bond over. That was like the only thing my dad and I ever bonded over, is that he would take me to see horror movies in the theater. And that was nice, And what about you? What's your horror origin story?
Scream is my horror origin. I was a kid that was like, my mom will even still say, it's weird that you like horror movies, because as a kid I was terrified of anything scary. Like my parents were also, have always been, my parents are like pretty free about most shit, and my parents never censored us. So like my mom will say weird things like, oh, the Predator movies remind me of taking you kids to the theater. And I'm like, I wasn't supposed to see those when I was like 7, right? Like, and my mom should like, to my parents, like Predator and Alien aren't horror movies. They're just action movies that happen to have monsters.
I would say so. Yeah. They're action movies. They're horror. I get it. Let's not get into that conversation.
Yeah. Right. But like, that's like scary for a child. They're not like action movies that are like GI Joe. There's a monster ripping people apart. And those movies scared me so much. But Aliens is my dad's favorite movie. And so I have seen it so many times, which I feel like eventually we should cover it. But like it always scared me. I was just always terrified of it. And Scream was the first horror movie that like I found scary, but and this isn't to discredit because I do think Aliens are great. Those movies are great. But like it was the first horror movie that like, I was like 12 and my neighbors had rented Scream. And it was the first time I saw a horror movie that scared me, but also I found like, oh, I love these characters and it's like engaging. Especially for, I think I was like 12 or 13. I maybe 13, but like, I remember renting it from Blockbuster and being very scared. It had been spoiled for me. I knew Drew Barrymore died in the beginning because a girl in school was like, that movie was gay. Drew Barrymore dies in the beginning. She's not even in it. And being like, what? So I was expecting it when I saw it. And I remember just like watching it a bunch of times when we had it rented from Blockbuster, me and my neighbors. And like, I don't know, it was like the first time that I felt like, oh, cool. Like, I'm not just nervous that these people are dying. These are characters that I genuinely don't want to die because I liked them. And it just like clicked something in my brain where then like, and in my teens, I would always go see any stupid, especially back then, there were so many, especially Scream ripoffs that were never nearly as good, but I would see all of them. Like any horror movie that came out, like we would rent horror movies from Blockbuster and like watch them in my parents' basement. Most of my friends that like I'm still friends with from when I was teens, like remember watching horror movies at my house.
So then I was going to ask you, what horror movies or characters or what have you scared you the most in your younger years?
Chucky and Michael Myers were like neck and neck. Michael Myers, I don't know what it was about his mask that scared me so much as a kid, but that mask was like the most terrifying. And Chucky, it's because, so I collect action figures. My mom still, but not really as much in her old age, collects dolls, and she used to collect like Chucky size like dolls that moms have. And she would have them in like one of the rooms in the house. And I would be terrified that one of them was going to come to life and like murder me in my sleep. And that's the only reason Chucky scared me. It was like because we had dolls in the house. Like I would always be like, which one of them? Like
the scariest thing about a horror movie is the parts where something is there that shouldn't be there, right? Something like is not supposed to be there. And I think that's what scared me about Michael Myers too, is like the first time I ever watched Halloween, I had to go down the street and give my mom a Coke from the neighbor for a Diet Coke. And I was walking down the street and there were like gaps in between the houses and I could like picture him standing there, like, off by a corner, just like it was in the movie, and it just like, that's what terrified me. I don't think any movie terrified me more than The Exorcist though. Were you scared by The Exorcist?
Well, yeah, the weird, I didn't see Exorcist literally until, and I don't remember what year this was, but like when I was a teen, they re-released it in theaters with like additional scenes that had been cut. And I remember me, my friend Lauren, and my friend Clem seeing it together and like the three of us being like absolutely fucking terrified. And I was like 16 or 17. And but that was the first time I saw it and I was so scared.
Oh my goodness. I did not see The Exorcist in its entirety until it must have been like 3 or 4 years ago that I first ever saw it in its entirety. But up to then, I'd only seen bits and pieces, or the very first time I saw anything about it was we were living in Germany and I was super, super young, and this like documentary about the making of it came on TV. And this must be at the same time that you're talking about, because
probably,
it was like the 25-year like making of special. So 25 years of The Exorcist. I don't know. And I do remember just watching the making of it and it fucking scared the shit out of me. It felt wrong. It felt like something that like got deep in my psyche that I did not like. I remember that night I like I went to the bathroom and I locked myself in the bathroom because that was also the same time that like, do you remember Andrea Yates, the woman who like drowned like all 6 of her kids or something like that?
Was she the one that like drove him in a car off?
No, she drowned them all in the bathtub.
I do remember that. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the same time that her stuff was coming out. So I remember hearing about her on the radio at the same time. And I locked myself in the bathroom and I was terrified that Andrea Yates was coming up the side of the wall to our apartment, coming into the bathroom window, and that the Exorcist girl was on the other side of the bathroom door. So I was like terrified to move. God. By the way, I did not know what Andrea Yates looked like. So I pictured my music teacher, Miss Cal.
Music teacher.
So I thought Miss Cal as Andrea Yates was coming up the side of the building. And so I remember like crying. In my memory, it's like it was like 20 minutes, but it must have been like, I don't know, instant.
Right. Yeah.
crying out for my parents, somebody to come to the bathroom door and like take me back to bed. And I think I slept with them that night. But
Zach, that is so cute.
No, that must have been one of the times I was the most scared I'd ever been. The Exorcist fucked me up, man.
I like that your baby brain like combined these two things. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
I don't know. It was just like there was a lot of trauma at that time. There was a lot happening in the world. Andrew Yates killing her babies, and The Exorcist on TV should not be there. It's a lot, but I did buy I love to buy DVDs, so like I bought The Exorcist like 30th anniversary like Blu-ray box set, whatever.
Zach loves the DVD. He loves
had it for forever, but I would not watch it, and I don't think The Exorcist is a movie I will ever watch again in its entirety
until I make you record for my.
Oh my gosh, I would cover it. I don't know if I could watch it all together though.
You have to watch it if we're covering it.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
See, I've seen it since, and like it's fine. Like
when I was a kid, or I must have been like a preteen, but I was going to watch it for the first time in its entirety. But because I was a kid who was like super into the behind the scenes stuff, I was the entire like 20 minutes that I got to stay there and watch it, telling exactly how this scene was done and how that scene was done, and that the older brother of my friend kicked me out of the house because he said we don't need commentary. He kicked me out of the house. I wasn't allowed to watch The Exorcist with them. So, I know. Fuck my life, man.
All of Zach's stories when he was a child are always so endearing because I'm basically the same. I feel like it's like, yeah, that you still do that, Ian, but like you were very like precious baby gay.
Fucking wild.
Also and maybe psychotic.
Is a little bit psychotic. Absolutely insane. Absolute, just the biggest drama queen you could ever meet. I did also like The Exorcist. It's weird that The Exorcist is one that I kind of tend to stay away from because it is so permeated in my youth. There was even like a month that I went preparing myself to be possessed by a demon. I was going to act like I was possessed by a demon so I didn't have to go to school anymore. And whenever anybody was out of the house, I would act it out, do all my best Linda Blair impression. I had like a voice I would try to do. Like I would try to do I don't even know like what it was that it was just like the
I thought you were trying to do your mother sucks cock in hell.
No, I would never say anything like that. I wasn't saying nothing like that. But like I was coming up with stuff, you're so bad.
You still talk to me like that.
I don't fucking know. But like The Exorcist is, I think I even remade it with my friends, like, and I had a little video camera because I used to make movies all the time. And I think we even did that, but like I would not watch it, and I still will not watch it. The devil is in that one. The devil is in there.
It's also funny because like you don't get that. I feel like I get more scared than you do. Like you don't get.
I don't. Yeah, that you do. You do. When our first round of Bloody Judy, Ian was filming in the basement, and I had to stay on with him until he got upstairs.
Okay, wait. But I will say that like that basement gets scary
because we'd talk about a horror.
It's so dark
for about an hour that he would get scared, and I'd just sit with him while it's a whole big ordeal.
I would be like, Zach, you can't hang up till I turn on these lights. And I'd have to like leave to turn on the lights and come back.
Oh my god, chaos. So I don't know if you're into like the I'm super emotionless, don't show no emotion, and Ian is super emotional and he loves to cry at things just like my husband does. I notice you and my husband both cry at everything. All the movies.
I mean, and your husband never fight, Zachary.
All the movies. You and my husband all cried all the movies. He was crying during fucking Marry Me during J-Lo scene today. I was like, oh, God, what are you crying about? So that's going to be rude. That's going to be this whole podcast. You're going to be crying as Father Karras jumps down the steps of The Exorcist. And I'm like, okay, well, there we go.
I listen, Zachary. Some of us process our emotions.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't have that.
I know. Well, it's like I was talking to my mom the other day. Just she was like, "Ugh, you get embarrassed. What do you care? Who cares?" She was like, "I'm missing that part of my brain." I was like, "I really wish I was missing that part of my brain too."
The part of the brain that gets embarrassed.
She she has no shame. She never gets embarrassed. Doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. Like, and has always been that way.
Yeah. I I must have been that way until I finished college. And then I'm like super embarrassed by everything now. And I've never been this way until the last couple of years. I think back on things now and I get embarrassed, like secondhand, like I get
Oh, I do that all the
embarrassment for
time.
myself, but I'd never done that before. And it's like, as I'm getting older, I get more and more like humiliated by myself. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You're so stupid.
Well, the one thing we both do have is a fucking anxiety. So like, there you
Oh.
go with that.
Anxious fucking messes. We are faguettes.
I sometimes like, if I'm stoned laying in bed, I'll be like, remember that text I sent someone that could have been misread this way? Oh my God, why did I should text them right now and apologize.
I think about the fucking Exorcist story and me like, because I think I got caught one time like doing my little voice and like throwing myself around the room. And I think about that. I'm like, oh, fucking cringy, man. Cringy. I'm pretty sure it was in my underwear too. Corey Fick walked in my room. She had come over to see if I could play.
And you were in your underwear. I love the layers of this story.
Yes. No, I was always in.
He sees this feral child in his underwear talking like a
just like full on possessed by Pazuzu, everything.
I feel like if I walked in, I'd be like, all right, you're busy. I'm gonna go.
You're doing great, honey. Like encourage, that I could have been an actor, Ian. But like nobody ever nurtured that. My mom wouldn't even take me to the audition for the Corn Pops commercial that everybody else got to go audition for. Fucking hell.
Do you know that actually JCPenney's wanted me to be a like child model for their clothes? And my mom was super into it, and I cried the whole way, so much so that she eventually took me home. Yeah, I didn't want to do it.
You're just a little shit. You're a little shit because you know what? My children will be superstars. Okay, well, the way I never got to be.
This is so stupid, but I want to tell you where my brain went. My brain, like, I thought I had to be naked because like models were in their underwear. And I like thought I would have to be like naked on a stage as a child. I didn't tell my mom that, but that's what my brain was like. You're gonna have to go out there naked. Everyone's gonna have to look at you naked. That's what models do. And like, that's why I cried.
How old were you?
I was like maybe 6 or 7.
See, we're talking about childhood thinking. There you go. You have it too.
But like that's really what I like. I feel like I had thought of like the way like a Victoria's Secret model is like in her underwear on a runway. Like I really thought I was gonna have to do that naked in front of people to get the job.
2022. What horror are you looking forward to covering on My Bloody Judy?
Well, if you had asked me this in 2021, you know what my answer would have been.
Scream. I love Scream. Oh, talk about Scream. Scream's fucking over now. Done.
But all right.
Done.
I don't know. I still haven't watched the Nope trailer. I've been meaning to watch that because I feel like I'll be excited for that. And like in general, I'm looking forward to that. But God, I can't think of a single horror movie coming out in 2020.
Well,
except for Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends is coming out in 2022, and we're going to be covering that, and we're going to be having so much fun watching that, and it's going to be amazing. I love it. I think we're going to cover all the news leading up to it, everything. It's going to be so amazing.
Oh God, we're going to break up during that.
It's just so perfect.
You're going to get so mad at me.
I probably will.
I know you will.
We did a Scream live stream, and I was not happy with the Halloween Kill Slander.
Okay, but like just so we all know, Zach didn't love the movie either.
I did not love the movie, but nobody's allowed to fucking talk about it. Okay. Well, yeah, this was kind of a part 2 to our Get to Know Your Hosts episode.
Yeah.
So I hope you got to know us a little bit better. What are your favorite parts? What do you think is about us? Tell us. What are our favorite attributes?
No, don't do that. Zach will get mad. But tell me what you like about me.
Compliment us.
Only what you like about me.
Give us compliments. Okay. Yeah, I'm super excited to cover everything again on Saturday, February 19th. We're going to be doing a watch along to Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix. So make sure you watched it beforehand because again, we are going to be talking throughout the whole thing. It's going to be chaos, and we're gonna have drinks, and you can bring your own beer.
We're gonna watch it beforehand, right?
I'm watching it on Friday. Yeah. We're gonna talk through it.
You're gonna watch it without me?
I don't know. Are we gonna watch it together?
I have work on Friday.
Well, I guess I'm gonna watch it without you.
I'm recording every day this week, and at work.
Well, find a way to watch it. Okay. Well,
maybe I'll make you wait till I'm done work.
Yes.
You're an hour behind me. It won't be It'll be
Oh
like
my
10.
gosh, we're about to be 2 hours apart.
Ugh.
I'm moving, by the way. This is why I look like this. We're in the process of a very deep move. I thought it was gonna be so easy because the military movers were moving us. No, it's just we've hit the hard part now.
What the hell is the knife behind you? Is that like I can't tell if it's a cardboard cutout of a knife or an actual knife.
It's a prop somebody gave me. It's like a knife in a VHS tape.
Oh, okay. I thought the knife
Yeah.
was just behind the VHS. Okay.
No, I've got. I've gotten a lot of knives from people, which is really cool, and they usually have like a picture of Michael Myers or something on them. But I will not be doing another PO box going forward in the future because I unpacked a box that I completely had forgotten to ever open. Had an address on it and everything, and I took this knife here and I unpacked it, and there was a dead snake in a bag. We will not have another PO box. It's not happening. Nope. Somebody ruined it for everybody. It was fucking terrifying.
Zach,
Do you know how scared I am of snakes?
Someone said you were dead today.
And it wasn't huge. It was like a little garden snake, but it was fucking terrifying. And I had to throw it in the trash, and like it was bad.
When did this happen? You didn't even tell me. I can't believe you didn't tell me.
This was like yesterday. This was yesterday because I was cleaning out this room. By the way, beyond this camera here, all on that side, it's fucking chaos. Yeah, and so I was just going through a bunch of because we keep like all the packages that people send us and stuff like that, and they were all stacked in the closet, and so I was taking them all out, and one of them hadn't been opened, and I opened it. There was a snake in a bag, dead snake in a bag, little Ziploc baggie.
Fucking what?
Yeah, no more PO box, guys. Nothing else. All the PO, all mail will be forwarded to Ian Carlos Crawford.
Yes, and
in
I'm
New
not afraid of
Jersey.
snakes.
Guys, we have a Twitter now. You can go to My Bloody Judy on Twitter. Follow us there. We're gonna be tweeting out a bunch of like cool horror stuff. We get to talk about horror all the time over there. This channel, make sure you fucking subscribe. We're gonna have tons of videos going forward. And on all podcasting platforms, My Bloody Judy. Go follow us over there too. You know, hope you like us. Don't you gotta make us feel good. Make us feel important.
I like when Zach is openly insecure because I'm just insecure 24/7.
It is a little bit nerve-wracking, I have to admit. It's like we are starting from the complete ground up, you know, and I know that seeing like low numbers are going to be like it's a little intimidating because we want to grow this, we want it to be something. But I am super excited to be starting this from the ground up, and I'm super excited to start it with you, Ian. It feels fresh, it feels new again.
Oh, I love when you say nice things.
There you go. Where can everybody find you on all the socials, Ian?
You can find me at Ian X Carlos on all social media platforms. Where can they find you, Zachary?
If you search Adventures of Zachandb, you'll find me somewhere.
And that's how he's in my phone, Zach Adventures C&D.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.